Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stalker. This is episode 58, and we just entered the bunker in Bleak Inlet um, very precariously, as it was guarded by the cougar a bit. Not like he was standing right in front of it, but he was close by. We had a very brief meet and greet. He did a glancing blow on me, which was quite entertaining. Uh, thought thought we were going to have a much more involved ordeal than it ended up being, but nevertheless, it was enough to wake me up a little bit. Let's take advantage of the fuel we have, and let's go check out the bunker. Now, for the most part, we'll go through what we need to do, and we'll get a night's sleep, and then we will. Ham, perfect. We need travel food, and then we will start heading back to Forsaken Harryville with our corn and our ham, and some lima beans. We can make some succotash. Don't think we really need much water, but we'll take a peek here. We got some outside, I think. Yeah, we got a ton of water, including some on the floor. I think we'll leave that there. I might even leave that there on the counter. Who knows if this bunker will come in handy later. Tell you what, I think we probably could use that book. Yeah. We'll leave messages on the chalkboard. Take that. Put you up here. Oh, soda. Let's drink that. We could use a soda. Simple tools. All this old equipment is so cool. Very nostalgic. In fact, I think in my computer class, we learned, computer languages on something very similar to this. It was a TRS-80 Radio Shack. Just basic computer. And they looked a lot like this from high school. How it has changed. All right, let's go through interview transcript number 4.
Session 5, Project Medical Officer interviewing Patient 7. Let's visit the second instance again. First occurrence. What do you remember?
The sun was out, but it was cold at the river's edge. There was a group of us that day. Lots of laughing, yelling. Some were in our heads. No one was getting in the water. I guess I liked being first. I didn't even jump, just slipped in quietly away from everybody. The water was clear, but bitter cold. I thought the bottom was closer. My head went under right away. God, I was a lousy swimmer. No one noticed me struggling in the deep pool.
Carry on from where you were last session. Find the ending sequence. What do you see?
My hand reaching for a flat gray stone at the water's edge. I grabbed it. I pulled my head out of the freezing water. A breath. The sun shining through the trees. Above us was the sun out? I thought the rain. No. I don't know. That wasn't it.
Keep hold of that image. It's okay if it fades a little. Breathe. Try going again. Second instance.
Wow, that must have been dramatic. Get such a deep sigh from you. Yeah, this had to do with something with magnets. These look very, very familiar to automotive parts that I'm familiar with. All right. We don't need the newspaper. I think if we find any medical supply stuff too, we'll probably drag that with us, because we can always start leaving some of that behind at the transition zones, like we were talking about in the last episode. You know, start setting up these little caches of bandages and antiseptic and all that. Oh, look, bedroom.
I think I can use this.
No, we don't need to do that. We needed that last time. I don't think we need the scrap. Well, that's precarious. I would pass all the safety. All right, security log.
The mine is a real shithole. If my job is to shepherd the men, then their job is to keep the roof from landing on all of us. But this week we found a decent chamber to start building Rudiger's gadget. Teams 1 and 2 are with the program, but on shaky ground. Team 3 is getting volatile again. And while it's unclear what they have planned, I've called for additional security to fly in immediately. The medical officer has been conducting alignment interviews and has made some troubling observations. I'm still considering the implications, both for the men as well as project viability. My hope is that the crew can keep their shit together long enough to finish Phase 1, and we can get out of this godforsaken place. It's starting to get to me.
We have completed Bunker Alpha. Sorry for the little glitch there. I was taking some screenshots. I had some ideas with those deals when they're holding the hands there. But I find it neat with that particular one with the security chief. It kind of shows the time frame, too, of when this was done. Because even though it's kind of blurred, you can kind of see the handwriting. It's very nice, even cursive. Someone spent some time practicing their handwriting. Okay, so checked all of this. No extras there. Anything else we missed? We got that. Got this. Wonder how long you could stay underneath here without starting to get stir crazy. See, I think the stuff like this is also going to be cool. I think we're going to see a lot of this in Black Frost. I think we're going to see
I'll take it.
the game play like this. We're going to be on these little quests. Little tidbits of information, scraps of paper. All right, I think that is it. It'd be kind of cool, like this little post-it note here, if it had the radio frequency and you had to go. I can see that you could really get complex with this. Excited to see it happen. All right, put that away. canned ham is not in the best condition. But tell you what, why don't we just eat the corn? We'll save the ham for later. I could just see eating that out of the can with a spoon or just dumping it in your mouth. So tasty. All right, I'll eat the granola bar. It's about gone. All right, there we go. They're nicely fed. Maybe we'll eat the ham and the... Let's take that book. Anything else? All right. Okay, Astrid. I think we'll get a little nap in. Let's do 10. Use a little healing. I do believe we got well fed back, too, after our little goofy mistake. Okay. War is over. We did get well fed back. I thought I remember doing that. All right. 2.5. Tell you what. Let's take... That's the little tiny bottle. We are still not even an issue of fed. Tell you what, eat the beef jerky. Let's just get that. Carry all this stuff for free. I'm trying to get better about that. It's like carrying it for free. Okay, can we crouch and get out? Because I think. Okay. Oh. Say a prayer to the Dark Walker and hope the cougar is not in our face. Okay. I think it spawned down the way where we were. Do we need the can? Tell you what, we'll leave that behind for future me. Uh-oh. Is he in front of us? We better get a good look before we go running headlong into stupid. It's hard to tell with the way it echoes. Let's not run into it. Don't see it. Pistol shot saved us last time. Don't know how lucky I'd get. I mean, wouldn't just scare the heck out of you if you saw it coming over the ridge and it starts chasing you from a longer distance? That would be a pucker moment. Well, we'll have a wolf carcass waiting for us. Yeah, it echoes all the way over here. Okay, well, the deer is still standing. Grab a stick. I think we burned up most of our... Yeah, we did. All right, put that away, Astrid. I think we're good. You know what? We don't have any of this with us. What's our weight? Oh, we're not hurting. So I'm going to want a couple of pieces of coal, right? I need one, at least one. There we go. We'll just take one. The Stalker world isn't near as cold as playing Interloper or the like. But if we find some rocks, I might pick up the stones along the way and start building the cache. I know you need like 50 of them. It's quite a bit, but if we gather 10 or 20, which is probably a lot, we'll drag those along with a few supplies. I was thinking what we could do is, poor man. My thinking was that we build these caches and we actually leave like a couple of matches or a flare and a torch and matches, or like I said, or just a single flare. And little medical supplies, maybe some birchbark tea. Still in here, Larry? Don't run off. It's okay. I'm not allowed to hurt you. Bad omen. Hurt poor Larry. All right, some more old man's beard over there. But here we go. Let's start picking up rocks. We definitely need some of this for ourselves. Let's get this out. Thank you for leaving us with a nice day there, TLD. How many sticks do we have? 8. Let's do that many more. Let's grab all of this. May even go so far as to make one to carry and leave the rest of them in our soon-to-be cache. Wait a minute. Maybe is this our wolf with our arrow? Forgot. No. Okay, we'll see how far we can get. Don't really plan to stop any more than we have to. I mean, we'll sleep if we need to. But I think we've got plenty of supplies. And we're going to be in the territories for a while because I'm going to go ahead and complete the whole series. I've never done that. That's going to be the fun thing. Because we did the first Tales and then I had to wait for the next one. I have not played this one right after the other. Like I said, we did the Langston Mine one just recently in Dead World. And done Sundered Pass, but I did that on Voyager, so it really wasn't that precarious. So it'll be interesting to play that on a little bit harder setting. Ooh, hey, look at that.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
You know, if it was this guy's, he's probably not going to use it. That was a nice find. There's our matches to leave behind in the... Oh, we're looking out with the old man's beard. That's great. We didn't have any for ourselves, but now we should be able to make... Ooh, there's some right there. Any more? No. Just hiding behind there. Alright, we're going to grab this, and I think that'll be enough. We'll make whatever we can make. Like I said, I'd like to have it... Don't really need any on you from some lessons learned. But, I think I'll keep one on me. It's one of those things we all carry. And in our chat with Archimedes when he joined us about the weight management deal, he was talking about not having the need to carry it with you. Because when you get the attack, you get the infection risk. You have time to apply the cure. So as long as you have some close by, you should be fine. How many do we have? We have 17. I think we have enough. I think we've done well. We'll leave this behind for future me. Let's go around this way. I'm gonna get intertwined there and caught up. Now, I'm not, like, actively seeking out stones so we can build that cache, but just picking these up along the way. And if all we have is a third of what we need, then we have a third of what we need, and we'll dump those in a pile. And we'll leave a few supplies behind in the open, with the anticipation that down the road we're going to fix that. So I'd kind of like to leave a cache like at the entrance to Mystery Lake, on the Mystery Lake side, and then one at Muskeg on the Muskeg side leading into Broken Railroad. Don't think we need to worry about it going into Ravine, because... Have we even been here? Don't think we have.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, we'll take the bandage. And the cloth. That's empty. Yeah, alright. Do what? Leave that inside. You know what? That might not be a bad idea to leave. Here. We'll leave a coal by the cache. You leave a few matches, a torch to light a fire, at least 3 sticks, and 1 coal. Should warm you up enough. Leave a bandage or 2. Some old man's beard. Even get to the point where you leave behind some cattails and water. I'm liking this idea. Also add something to do, like a self-purposed quest. Now you're heavy, huh? I'm making you carry all these rocks. As if carrying Murdoch wasn't enough. Be nice if it didn't blizzard. I don't mind it being snowy. I mean, I'd even put up with it being windy. I mean, what are you going to do? I'd kind of like not to have blizzard. It just tears up your clothes. This used to be one of those maps that I never was fond of. Like, it was there. You had to go through it or work with it or whatever. But there's some more interest here than I give it credit for. You ready to start yelling at me, Astrid, for carrying all these freaking rocks? I promise we're going to set them down right here by the train tunnel here.
Wonder
Put
if
a
I can
couple.
drop any of this gear.
Almost. We're almost there. Can we scooch under here? There we go. All kinds of scrap metal over here. We'd have remembered to bring it with us. Foolish old man. Ooh. Oh, look at all these rocks. Fantastic. In fact, this is probably just as good a spot as any. If we have enough. I don't know if that we have enough. We don't. Requires 50 stones. We don't have the stones, dude. Oh, we're 3 short. Is there 3 stones around here? Come on. That's almost funny. I wasn't going to let anything interrupt me, but geez Louise, 3 stones away from me. Watch, we're not going to find anything. Let's go back over here just real quick. If I see something quickly enough, I can get it. If not, we'll drop them. Oh, that's so funny. I didn't think we'd get anywhere near that many. Be 3 short. There probably won't be any close by. Oh, I see one over here. Maybe we got 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. This is about as far as I wanted to go anyway. I was about ready to make a bad joke about, well, how did he die? He died in a blizzard trying to find rocks. All right, Aster, we can build this. We can build our first cache. I think some places we can do without them. I think this is a good spot for one because there's really no... other than poachers. I mean, we could have set everything up in poachers. But then this way, you know, it's quite a bit of a walk between the maintenance yard to here and then here to poachers. So it's a good halfway point. We could always leave some supplies behind there, but I like this. Nice stacking. All right. How long to make a couple of these? 15 minutes. Here comes the weather. Open. So let's do 2 bandages. And 2 antibiotics. 2 old man's beard. 4 sticks. 1 coal. Maybe a book. That'll be good. We need, just in case you need tinder. Oh, here's a good use for it. We'll leave half a dozen paper matches. This will be a good use to leave these behind. So we have sticks, matches. How about 1 tinder? Just in case. Hopefully we'll get Firestarter 3. We won't need any tinder. We already have Firestarter. I think we have Firestarter 4. Actually, we probably won't need tinder. And then let's leave this torch behind. That sound good? More cattails. That's a good start. A little bit of food. Able to start a fire, keep you warm. Stop bleeding, do that. I'm good with that. Muskeg supplies. Alright, cool. I'm happy with that. Drink for John. Oops. See, I don't think I would worry about one between Mystery Lake and Ravine. There's the trailers are right there. So we don't need to build a cache. We could just set up one of the trailers to be that spot. And then there's also a trailer on the other side of Ravine into Coastal Highway. So we just set those up with the needed supplies. And I think Transfer Pass would be a good one, the train station. Set that one up with some supplies. Still flabbergasted I was able to pick up almost 47 rocks. Sticky feet. Don't know if we're going to make it all the way back to the airfield, but that'll be our goal. I spent a little bit more time doing the cache than I had anticipated, but it's nice to know we've got one set up. Be good to have one in like HRV, maybe one between Ash Canyon and Timberwolf Mountain. Already got a pretty good base set up Black Rock. Got a decent amount of stuff in Timberwolf Mountain. Don't really have much of a setup and in Ash Canyon. I got a little bit at Anglers, I think. It's been a while since we've been over there. We hung out in Ash Canyon, but I don't remember how much we left behind. It's not like we killed a moose or have a ton of food left behind. Trying to think of all the places you'd want one. I think HRV would be another good one. Because the Mystery Lake, you'd have the 1 to Forlorn Muskeg. I think that would be the only one you need to do. You really don't even need that. I mean, but it would, yeah. I think that would be the best place to put that. Because it is a little bit of a walk to Trappers and a little bit of a walk to Camp Office, so probably best bet there. In case you're, dire straits. I like the one where we set up. I think one just outside of Hush River Valley, because we kind of left some things behind there, so we were kind of in that mode right there. So we set that up completely. But now with the bunker uncovered, we've got a nice indoor base there too.
This'll come in handy.
Surprises me that I hadn't checked that. Did we check this? No. What have we been doing? Ooh, car battery. We could set one up here, maybe. Or maybe a little further in. Maybe that little office, little maintenance tunnel would be a good place to set up some stuff. That might be, instead of having a rock cache. That little maintenance office. Ton of work to get this rail line back up. I mean, it collapses and the line breaks. So like this would be a good spot to probably leave some stuff behind too. In fact, you know what we could do? How many old man's beer does it take? Takes 3. So let's...
I need to find food.
Really? Are we that hungry already? Alright, so let's do this. Let's drop 6 of these. As a precursor to setting this up. Alright, well, let's feed you. How about granola bar and ham? Can't go wrong with that. Should have ham and crackers. Alright, we'll leave that there. And then maybe if we hang out and transfer past station for very long, we'll leave some old man beer there. Pick up some more. Leave that flare in case we need to go through there without any fire sticks. Speaking of old man's beer, go ahead and just harvest this right here. I think we had 6. Yeah, we got enough to do 2. Maybe we get 2 more. There we go, right there. We'll harvest that. We can make 3, leave 2 behind at the train station. And we'll just keep 1 on us. A work in progress. Tell you what, we'll leave that one behind. Because I see some more over here, so that's enough. Bunny rabbits. That might be something else to add. Maybe add a like a tip up or a snare. Like in Muskeg, the snare would be the best. I'm thinking along the lines like if you do something silly like cheating death. You don't get left anything, so you'd have all these little caches of save your life. Leave that flare there. Give us light to get through here if we need to. We can walk to that without need of any light. Ooh, come on. Be careful. You don't want to be him or her. Ooh. That was interesting. Like noisy and then got quiet. There's the noise again. And it stopped. It's Ruger's machine. It's going off. All right. Put the lantern out. The far branch line. It is getting kind of late. Huh. Well. Maybe we do get to the train station. As I look over and see that we're right at about 50 minutes. If we want to keep to our 1 hour episode time. The day is starting to run out. Don't want to be cruising about the airfield in an Aurora. We'll see what time we got when we get there. We can always push on to that trailer, that maintenance trailer that's like right before the airfield too. We'll see where we're at. We are a little bit tired too, though. Had a busy day. Wasn't easy piling those rocks up. Hello, Mr. Bunny Rabbit. We'll hug him and squeeze him and pet him and call him George. I think this would be cool and creepy in real life. Actually, have had the privilege of doing a little bit of spelunking on a very, very amateur way. I was very lucky that my father was into going to places like that. So when we were kids, we had made trips to Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, and we had a really good time. He must have really liked it, because we ended up taking a second vacation a few years later, and we actually went back to Kentucky, where the Mammoth Caves are, and that was really interesting. I remember that trip quite a bit. And oh, here we go, Astrid. I'm boring you with my stories. I remember there was a part in that where they put us all in this big room, and they turned off the lights, and how pitch dark it was. It was just, and the guy lit a single match, just a wood match, and you could see everybody's faces in the room because your eyes had adjusted to the darkness. It was really cool. Then we got to go to the caves in Branson, Missouri. There's one located in an amusement park of all places, called Silver Dollar City. And also, not far from there in Arkansas, there's one called Mystic Caves. It's just a little tiny cave system, but it's privately owned. And what was cool about that is we actually took my kids and my brother and his daughter. We took our kids to that, and the thing that was cool about that, with it being privately owned, when we got there, we were the only ones there. So we paid to go in, and we got like a personal tour, so we could kind of hang out as long as we wanted to, and that was a lot of fun. It was really cool. But it's very unique in there, and very dark. Never knew what dark was until I had that experience. I remember that match striking and being able to see so much. I was like, you think about it when you go through the Langston mines and stuff. It's like, oh my goodness. Imagine being down here with no light source. Speaking of light source, I'm letting this lantern burn for no reason. Yeah. Don't say it. Don't say you hear ptarmigans. Even though you hear ptarmigans. You know, the weather's really nice right now. I'm tempted to continue and get to that trailer. It really shouldn't have any predators between there and that trailer. So we be safe to go at night. The only thing is I'm wondering is that once we cross into...
The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
There we go. The pessimistic one. My fear of it is that we go over to the map change in Forsaken Airfield, and there's going to be an aurora right away, and we're not going to be ready to go to that bunker. So I'm wondering if it'd be better just to hunker down here and go in the morning, and then that way I have time to get set up for that assault on that last bunker. So I think we'll do that. Wasn't sure if we were going to make it all the way, but I think we will do that. So let's go ahead and do what we were talking about. Let's do all 3 pieces of this.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Yeah, I know. That's why we stayed. So now let's drop 2 of those. They're hard to see in there. Okay, we left matches and a book there. Tell you what, let's just leave. We very seldom use painkillers. You can usually sleep that off fairly quickly. So. In fact, let's just drop all of this. Definitely want the antibiotics. Fine here. Oops. Did we not drop that? Yeah. We picked that up somewhere, but we don't need to be carrying it. Fine. Then you get to go on the second shelf. Yeah, clothing's not in bad shape. I think we're good. Here, let's do this. Seeing how we left the burn of the lamp. Leave a flare behind. You know what else would probably a good idea is to leave a can behind, just in case we need to make water. Oh, look at this. I saw somebody else playing and this happened. Where the color is all screwed up. It's like a lighting effect isn't working. Because I think if you move this, yeah, there's an issue with the lighting in here.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
That's something we want to talk about right now. So see, as you can see that over there, you couldn't read it at all. It was all black. Yeah, there's... somewhere in this building, there's light nodes in the background that we can't see. And does the sign stay? Yes. This poor house needs some help. Haunted. It's lacking color and signs are able to magically transport through matter, space, and time. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just pretty much we eat something. Mm, Tell you what, let's go ahead and eat this dry, crumbly box of crackers. So that'll be amazing. We'll need to drink again. All right. Any crafting we can do. Don't need to make a torch. We don't need any of this. You know what? Here, let's do that. That won't hurt. Want it to be just a little later. So now what we can do is drop 2 of those. Yeah, look how dark this is. It's definitely a lighting effect off in here because this is all off. Probably with the safe house thing. All right, Asher, you ready for a nap? I think the audience is ready for you to have a nap. Let's go for 11. How'd we do? All right, we woke up. It's daylight. A little bit of a storm brewing, but that's okay. Got no plans other than going, regardless of the weather. Okay, well, I guess we'll be walking in a snowstorm on the next episode. So, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We will continue the tales on the next episode. Hopefully, we'll get to the airfield fairly decent amount of time, and we'll get the aurora we need. I didn't hear one when we were sleeping, so I'm hoping what I was thinking was right. So we get over to the airfield, we'll get the aurora, we'll get that last bunker, and finish the first part of the tales, and then we'll figure out what we're doing to get ready to go to the zone of contamination, which I look forward to. I kind of like that map for some reason. I don't know why I do, but I do. It harkens a lot of things about home and where I live. So there's something about it that I like. But we'll be heading over there very soon. So anyway, thanks again for watching. If you could do the YouTube things, do the like, comment, subscribe. That'd be great. Appreciate it a lot. And we'll see you on the next one.